Hey everyone, this is Faisal, certified high performance coach and a lifelong student of philosophy, spirituality, and sciences. So today is challenge day 6. Before I begin this challenge, once again, I want to take the time to thank all of those people for their great ideas, thoughts, and perspectives. All those people who have shared their ideas under the comment section for the videos, for the challenges, and I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because not only am I learning so much from these comments, I'm understanding so much about how people think, what your perspectives are, but in the meantime I'm understanding how to see a common pattern in these things. And same goes for you. When you go through all these comments, when you start to see other people's perspective, how they think, especially when people are from different places, from different backgrounds, different cultures, ethnicities, then you'll start to see that there are certain commonalities, certain patterns that we can use to benefit each other. So go ahead and keep answering the questions, and believe it or not, it does make a huge difference in people's lives when you express your perspective. And I encourage you guys to get involved in the discussions once again. Ask each other questions, get people to elaborate on their answers. Sometimes people hold back. Instead of telling the whole story, they think they should write something short, but get people to write down more. And if you want to put a video up, you can put a video up in the comments if you want. I don't know if you can do that, but if you can, then go ahead. In any case, keep doing this. I think this is gonna change many people's perspective. It's gonna create a lot of knowledge and understanding between you guys, and for me as well. So today's challenge topic is acceptance. I have 2 questions for you. What does acceptance mean to you? And question number 2, if we were more accepting of each other, if we were more accepting of other cultures, other ethnicities, other people in the world, even if we disagree with them, do you think we'd live in a better way? Do you think we'd have a better world as human beings, as people? And why? So again, do you think if we were more accepting of each other in our life, and in general, being accepting of other cultures, other ethnicities, and the rest of the world, do you think we'd live in a better world? And why? Acceptance to me means my ability to be open to people, to be open to understanding them, to be open to be patient with them, to be compassionate towards them, even though I might disagree with them. And this is a hard concept for many to understand, because we think if we learn something, we think if we're part of a society, or we're part of a religion, or we're part of a culture, that's the best way of doing things. Or even when you move out to more individualistic cultures or multicultural places, you see people living very differently all over, and you start to look around you, and many people, instead of trying to understand why people live the way they do, why they think the way they do, they create this negative judgment towards them. They start to think of themselves as superior and others as inferior. And this is not as much of a harmful thought for others as it is for yourself, because when we start to reject people, when we start to be less understanding of people, when we start to not try to understand where people come from, when we stop being open to people's perspectives, we're literally blocking our own understanding. We're literally limiting our own knowledge. We're limiting our own wisdom. So when we become more open to people, that's the other advantage of being more accepting. We become open to a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of perspective. And when we think of this in terms of lifestyles, if you see somebody who's living differently, there are two ways you can go about this. One, you can say, oh, well, that person doesn't know what he or she is talking about. Or the other way, you can be curious about why they're doing what they're doing, and what are they actually thinking? Is there a reason behind it? And when we start to become curious about these things, we start to, even if we don't follow what they're doing, we start to understand a different perspective about life. We start to understand what else is important in life. And this is a simple thing, but it's a very hard concept for many to get. So I believe that being accepting is very important. And like I said, the other reason why it's so beneficial to be accepting of others around us, whether that be members of our family or other people in our community or different people from different cultures and backgrounds, is because we all have a piece of puzzle with ourselves. Whether we come from a culture, religion, or background, we all carry a piece of puzzle for the solution that will create a better life for all of humanity. So when we limit ourselves to one perspective, we're only looking at the world in terms of that little piece of the puzzle. But everybody carries a valuable piece of that puzzle. And unless we're open to other people, to their perspective, their ideas, their knowledge, their wisdom, their way of life, then we don't really understand ourselves or the world properly, or the universe properly for that matter. So consequently, people go on two paths with this. They either think that their way of life is the best, their way of thinking is the best, their way of learning is the best, and other people are just crazy. Or they become more open to other people, and they realize that, wait, what they're doing is something different. Maybe I can learn something from that. When we take this small concept, we apply it on a bigger scale. Now that goes into the second question. Do I think that being accepting creates a better world, better communities, better societies? Yeah, I definitely think so, because when we become accepting of people, when we become patient, when we become compassionate, when we become open to people and their perspective, regardless of whether we agree with them or not, we go out of that superiority mentality that many of us have. Many cultures that I've been introduced to, many people think in that way, where oh, my culture is the best, my religion is the best, my ethnicity is the best, my way of living is the best. And if you actually want to see how much truth those statements have, you can conduct a survey of your own. Ask anybody around the world, or do an online survey from different parts of the world. You'll get, from many people, you'll get the same answer. Oh, my culture is the best, my ethnicity is the best, my religion is the best, blah, 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 blah. So then again, who is the best, and what does it even mean to be the best? It really doesn't mean anything. What those people are actually doing, who have that mentality, they're saying that if I say that, if I affirm that to myself, first of all, the people who say that, they've been taught that from childhood to think that. And later on, when they start to live their life by those principles, and the people who try to impose their ideas on others, they're the ones who are not sure of it. So in a way, at some level, they're trying to reaffirm or justify to themselves by imposing it to others, the ideas that they live by. So instead of doing that, what we can do is we can discuss, we can dialogue, we can learn from each other, we can be more accepting of each other, we can be more accepting of each other's perspective, ideas, and knowledge. And I truly believe that when we become accepting of others around us, we all learn from each other, whether that we learn from a child, an elderly, a man, a woman, a person from a different religion, person from a different ethnicity. We can all contribute to each other's life. The condition is that we have to be open-minded enough. We have to be accepting enough. We have to be kind enough. We have to be compassionate enough to be able to learn from each other. And we can all do that. And I really believe that could change the quality of our life, and it could really create a movement towards a positive direction in the world. And there are people who are moving towards that, and we all can join that movement as well. Thank you very much for listening to my thoughts. Now I want to hear from you. What does acceptance mean to you? And number two, do you think if we're more accepting of people, societies, cultures, religions, ethnicities, we would create better communities, better world, better societies, and a better world for all humanity? And why do you think that? Thank you very much. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to share and like the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day. Bye. If you loved or even liked the video or this episode, you can do two things right now. One, you can click on the subscribe tab right here on the screen or in the info area if you can't click on the screen. So you're up to date on all my free training, on all the free training that I send on my YouTube channel on a regular basis. And two, you can click on the success indicator tab on the screen or in the info section, so you can get the training, the thorough training that I created for you, that has 10 factors that will determine whether or not you will be successful at anything that you do or want to do. And it will also help you create more success at anything that you want to do in life. So, and this will also get you subscribed to my newsletter, so I can send you more of these free training on a regular basis that I don't post on my YouTube channel. So make sure you click on those two buttons or tabs, and make sure you like and share this video. Make sure you post your comments in the comment section below so we can get more people involved in our community right here. Thank you very much. Have a great day.